Today's episode is sponsored by Movie Palette. Movie Palette takes the colour scheme from the main scenes within a movie or TV show and displays it on a canvas in chronological order. Here you can see some bestsellers with Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Interstellar, Twilight and Jurassic Park. If you still can't find your favourite, then no worry, you can press custom products and it will create your own just for your liking. You could even choose today's episode, House of the Dragon. If you guys are interested in anything that you can see on the website, when you do go to checkout, please ensure you use the link in the description and the code DEBIO15 for 15% off. Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching House of the Dragon. This is episode 3 of season 1. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Personally, in my opinion, I thought the first 2 episodes have been really good, and hopefully today's is the best one. Yeah, I can't wait to find out what we have in store for us. But going over the first episode, you know, we had the king, he had a baby. It was a boy. He was going to be named next heir to the throne, and sadly he passed away, and so did his wife during, obviously, the birth. So it left 2 people left to be named possibly heir to the throne. His brother Daemon, who is an unpredictable warrior, you know, he is the leader of the watch, and his daughter. Now obviously we know in these times that a female doesn't usually get named as heir to the throne, but he chose his daughter and banished kind of Daemon away for some disrespectful things that he said about his dead son. In episode 2, which we jumped 6 months into the future, you know, we seen Daemon had stolen one of the dragon's eggs, and Rhaenyra went to retrieve it. Now, not by any request from the king. He sent Otto, you know, his right hand man. He went there, they were stood on the bridge, it looked like they was going to have a big scrap, and she come in on a dragon, sick visual, landed on the bridge, walked over, had a conversation with him. He ended up giving her the egg as she asked for it. I think they have a mutual respect between each other, but it's interesting because, like I said, Daemon, he is unpredictable and we don't know what he's going to do. He does have an army against him, and they have taken over Dragonstone, which is obviously Rhaenyra's kingdom once she becomes of age. So, or when she comes there, I'm not too sure which one it is, but it is really interesting, obviously, to see that. We've seen as well that the king did actually choose his next wife. Now, he chose Rhaenyra's best friend. Now, she wasn't happy about it. It's obviously Otto's daughter as well. He's been trying to push that for so long, mate. Honestly, he wants to get his family, in my personal opinion, to rise up against the ranks. Maybe he wants to go after the king at some point, but I think that he wants to try and make a stake for the claim, well, his family name anyway. So it's going to be interesting to see. But also as well, yeah, that did upset the Valerians, and they ended up leaving, didn't they? Like, he stormed out at the very end, and he went to join Daemon's forces. We was told that the crab feeder has been attacking, obviously, the king's people. He's been feeding them to the crabs, as it was, as his name would say. And obviously, they want to team up and they want to go and fight against it, and they have to make their own stake and own claim in this world. So it's going to be exciting to see that as well. And that is going to wrap up the intro for today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Big shout out to today's video sponsor, Movie Palette. If you guys are interested in any of the products, then check the link in the description and use DEBIO15 at the checkout for 15% off. But without further ado, let's jump in to episode 3 of season 1 of House of the Dragon. Imagine that, honestly, that is crazy. Oh, here we go. This is what we want straight away. No messing about. Yes, look at that. That's what we want. It looks pretty cool, him. That's what we tune in for, isn't it? Let's be honest, we all tune in for a good fight. We need more of that. Give us more of that. This show would be the best. You know what I mean? Literally, we all tune in for fights. We like the stories, we like the families, we like the fights of the crowns, but we also like a good scrap. Can't start an episode much better than that.
The crab feeder has dug in for siege on Bloodstone while his men sabotage our fleet under the cover of dark.
Not today, Tyler.
The matter of the stepstones is regrettably urgent.
It's been 3 years. It can wait another 3 days.
3 years, that's how far we jumped into the future.
Daemon and the Sea Snake started their war without his grace's leave. Were he to intervene now, after so long, it would make the crown appear weak.
Well, isn't this splendid? The whole of our family off to celebration and adventure in the King's War.
They're all there to kiss the king's ass, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Hail, hail, Edward the Conqueror bade, second of his name!
Dear uncle is the great mind behind this war, is he not?
I wouldn't know. I've not spoken to Daemon in years.
The crown is it war? Though your father refuses to admit it, we've been dragged into it by your uncle and the sea snake.
Well, that's the second time they said that though, hasn't they? You know, that guy at the start, was it Otto? He was saying that if the king sends his men in now when they're losing, you know, they're going to say, why didn't they send them in the first time? Do you know what I mean? It's going to show like he's not backing him and, you know, like he never had his full support. Make him look weak. And then this woman has just said it as well. You know, Rhaenyra said, we're not at war. And she said, well, we are. Your brother's dragged us in. He started it in the sea snake. And now, obviously, the king has got to come in and finish it. Otherwise, they'll lose. So, it's the second time.
But the best sport is to be found at Castle Rock, near my home. It's thrice the height of the High Tower in Old Town. Taller still than the wall in the north. On a perfect day, one could see clear across the sunset sea. I don't have a dragon pit, of course. I do have the means and resources to build one. Do anything for my queen.
Yeah, so is he asking tomorrow?
Lady wife.
Jason Lannister's an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common. But you've refused me at every turn.
That is because I do not wish to get married.
Even I do not exist above tradition and duty.
Oh, she's Oscars.
Not so long ago, you held enough power to write my name into the White Book. Now, I'd hardly call that toothless, princess.
See, right, what I like about that is, you know, he said that all he has is down to her. She's not toothless. She was the one that chose him to put his name, obviously, to be forward, to be one of the king's guards, innit? But also, she was saying that he's lucky to have his own choices in his life, and she wishes that she could have that. And he's saying that, you know, she doesn't understand how kind of lucky she is, that many people wishes what she has. Now, if you think about it, though, like, Prince Harry and Prince William in real life, yes, they lived this, like, great life, rich lifestyle, but must be proper boring as well. Like, let's be honest, they've got to go and do all these meetings, they've got to go around the world and just like wave and go to all this stuff. Like, they must literally hate it. I would personally hate it. Yes, obviously you'd get all this money from it and you'd get like the nice lifestyle, but all the jobs that they have to do, man, like literally, I know that they're rich and stuff, but like the Queen, man, she still goes on tour. How old is she? Literally, like literally, how old is she? I wouldn't want my gran doing that. Do you know what I mean? She's got to hate it. She just won't resign from it. I don't know, man. Like, it's good to be in a position of power and have all the money in the world, but it's also so crap and boring as well. Your duty, so to speak, as her dad keeps telling her. I would literally hate it.
I had this forged in the Golden Gallery in honor of Prince Aegon. I hope it might provide the killing stroke against your white heart. I would be honored to take the Princess Rhaenyra to wife, Your Grace. As your firstborn son, many of us had assumed...
Many of us, you say? Your sworn duty to report rebellion stirring in my kingdom.
Rebellion? There has been nothing of the sort.
There is another choice beyond Castle Rock. One perhaps you might be more comfortable with, one closer to home.
The boy just turned 2,
But it would cease the endless proposals for Rhaenyra's hand.
Came here to hunt, not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking.
I like how he goes mad like that though. Like last episode or whatever, he was moaning that, you know, the vultures just swarming around after his wife had died. And this guy, yeah, I don't like him. I know that he wants that Prince Aegon to be heir to the throne because it's his bloodline. That's what it is, you know what I mean? He's wormed his daughter in there. Now obviously he's trying to worm him to be the heir. It wouldn't surprise me if once he got named that he'd take these out. Do you know what I mean? I don't trust you all, I don't.
It seemed to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the sea snake.
Ah.
Some years ago I counseled you to take his sister to wife. My reasoning remains the same. The breach between your houses has not narrowed since I last spoke of it. It would do much to assuage Lord Corlys.
Just takes one arrow on. Still mad for it, look. Oh, here we go. Before she was saying she didn't like it because of how it squealed. Now she's gone for it.
The male babe. I poured all my thought and will into it. My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother. Aiming her heir would begin to set things right.
Oh, it did.
I never imagined I would remarry. That I would have a son. What if I was wrong?
It's interesting, you know, he was just saying there that he's stared into that fire before and he's seen clear as day that he would have a son wearing a crown. And obviously that dream, he pursued it enough and it ended up killing his wife. That's what he said. And then obviously he named Rhaenyra as obviously heir to the throne. Never dreamed that he'd remarry. Now he's had a son, he's thinking, mate, should I name him it? No! I already bigged you up before for double down in that Rhaenyra was going to be obviously staying as the heir to the throne. You can't be changing it now. You can't be doing no flippy flopping.
May not be white, Your Grace. But he's a big lad.
They said that if he was truly blessed, the gods would have sent him down the white stag, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ah, it's the white stag. I am the captain now. I'm the chosen one. That's Harry's Patronus, that, innit?
He's the firstborn son of the king. To deny that he is heir to the throne is to assail the laws of gods and men. The road ahead is uncertain, but the end is clear. Aegon will be king.
He's made his choice and he's picked Rhaenyra, and I hope he stands by it. And you've got your own little agenda. Yeah, I understand you pushing it. Probably is true that obviously back in day, the males, the firstborn, was the next in line. Now, I personally think it's great that he's changed now. I think that's just BS. It don't make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, it's literally should just be firstborn. You could have 5 females and then a male. The male would be 6 in line, my personal opinion. Well, that's how it is now anyway. That's how it should be. So I think it'd be well disrespectful to Rhaenyra to change it now. But obviously, the rules back in the day, it wouldn't be disrespectful. But obviously, knowing what I know, it is. I just think, no, that he's doing it, pushing it for his own agenda. I said it earlier on in the episode, I don't trust him. I think he's the snake. You know what I mean? The snake's not with Daemon. It's you, the guy at the table. Even Daemon's acknowledged it himself when he was speaking to the king in the first episode. He said, look, mate, you're weak, and that table, they know it. And they're just waiting for a time that they could pounce on you. And literally, that's what I think he's doing. He's biding his way in. He's getting his family ready, pushing him up the thing. And I reckon that he's going to try and take it at one point.
She must needs marry a High Lord who will honor her, defend her, and serve her as king consort.
I do believe that Rhaenyra will marry you, but she must believe it is her choice to do so.
Lord Corlys and Prince Daemon are losing their war.
This is a plea for aid.
If I now provide Daemon and Corlys succor, what will that say of their king?
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives, or is vanquished?
That is just a great question. Facts, mate.
Must every effort on your behalf be resisted, as if to the death?
Because you mean to replace me.
I will not live forever. I wish to see you contented, happy even.
You think a man would do it?
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
That is true enough.
She got him there.
As to your match, search him out. Find one that pleases you. But I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
That was a great scene. Pleased me. He used his wife's advice, you know. Rhaenyra needs to marry. She's going to abide by, you know, the formal rules and expand the family, get strength in numbers and multiply. Then yes, she's going to have to find a husband. But instead of forcing her to marry somebody, let her pick. You know, that was good advice. Let Rhaenyra choose the person that pleases her. I also like how he's confirmed and doubled down that she is not going to be, you know, taken away from being heir to the throne. I like that. It's a good scene. Please me, that one.
Prince Daemon, I bring word from His Grace Viserys Targaryen.
He's telling him that there's help coming, but he didn't ask for it, did he?
Though time and circumstance have seen us estranged, know that it is not my desire to see you fail in your cause. It is instead my hope that this aid will deliver the victory that has thus far evaded us.
Oh, you see the human flesh that they said that they're going to offer? The madman. It was. Oh, here we go. He's still wary about the dragon, and stop blaming him. Oh, there we go. Oh, today was the flesh decoy, mate. Look how many have come now. Cheat code. Absolute cheat code. Got all them dead. Oh, at least he's been hit as well. There we go. There we go. Daemon's gone right in there. Look at him. Usain bolted it. Oh, his head's been chopped. Just having him coming in as backup as well. I think he's still alive. Yeah, he looks sick, doesn't he? Hey mate, what a way to end the episode. That's how you start and that's how you finish, mate. You brought me in, you sucked me in at the start, do you know what I mean? We've seen the dragons and the fighting straight away, and I thought it was going to be an epic episode. I've got to say, probably the best one that we've had out of the three so far, let's be honest. I do think that it probably was the best one. Definitely finished the best as well. So we had a fantastic start, got us hooked, and an amazing ending, good epic fight, good battle, good dragons, you know, lots of fire, good scraps. That's what we like to see. That is what I tune in this show for. I'm not going to lie, like, it doesn't even have to be hardcore, you know, fighting. It doesn't have to be dragons and fire and thousands of men. It could be just one-on-one. You know, I was content enough in the first episode when he was riding on the horses and he was jousting, and you know what I mean, and he was knocking each other off. Then I had a little scrap on the pit there and one person died, and then you moved on. That's enough to entertain me. It keeps me engaged. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we go through too long of a period in the show, especially with these hour-long episodes where there's not enough fights. You know, like, I understand that they went hunting today. They went for the stag and the boars, and obviously when Rhaenyra was in the woods, you know, a boar coming, she took that out. But, like, it would have been so much better if it was just, like, two people trying to take them out. Do you know what I mean? Like, then it would have been just a hand-on combat, 2v2. She would have survived. You think, yes, what a beast, Rhaenyra. And it would have just been extra action to keep us engaged. Now, I'm not slagging the episode off. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was the best one so far. And what an amazing ending. I've got to say, I'm a little bit salty and a little bit saddened that that guy's just been killed and we didn't even see the fight between him and Daemon. We didn't even... The guy that was killed, obviously the leader or whatever's, what have we actually seen him physically do himself? Like, he's not really done much that's dominant. We've seen his army obviously peg these back, and it seemed like he was winning, and the kings had to send some men, which has obviously angered Daemon, and he's gone in there. He's been the guy, the sacrifice, the person that put his life on the line so that he could kind of be the decoy for everybody to focus on, for them to come in, the Valerians behind, and then obviously hit them on, not on the break, but like hit them when obviously they're not really expecting it, when they're focusing all eyes on Daemon. The dragons have come in and the chaos has started, and he's gunned for him and he's got him and he's killed him. I totally like understand that Daemon's got to win. I ain't got no problem with that. I just feel like it would have been amazing if we seen that fight. But in terms of the whole episode, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And yeah, more of that. It'll be a happy man. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Like I said, if you're interested in any canvases for your house, then please check the description below and use the code WO15 for 50% off at discount. So, mate, amazing ending to the episode, and what a fantastic start. We got the CGI, we got the dragons, we got the fire, we got the deaths, we got the fighting. That is what we like to see. And obviously, Daemon looked epic at the end, stood there with like the blood on his face and all wet. It was amazing. Now, the king obviously listened to his wife, which I actually thought was really good in this episode. And multiple occasions, you know, one with Rhaenyra as well. He was saying, she said, look, mate, you know, she is going to marry, but it has to be kind of like on her terms. Like, she believes that it's going to be under her terms. You know, let her choose the right man, and you know, she'll be much more useful and more helpful and going along with the royal traditions than trying to be forced on, you know, somebody that she doesn't really care for. Now, who do we think that is going to be? So far, there's only one guy. It could be the guy that she was chilling with today, who chased her on the horse. He seems pretty decent. She was the one that obviously chose him to obviously help the king. She's wrote his name in the book. You know, he said that he owes everything that he has to her, and to be honest, he's pretty decent so far from what we've seen. Now, obviously, I like that he listened to her, and I like how he confirmed that he isn't actually going to name Ego to obviously to take her position as heir to the throne. Now, also, she listened to him. He listened to her when she was saying, look, mate, would you rather, yeah, the enemy win or show some help for your brother? Yes, I understand that him and the Valerians went against your word, and obviously they started this war without you. It's been so long without us sending any men in, but at the end of the day, it's your brother and you love him. And he was laughing, saying, well, if you truly think that, then you're really a hopeful person. But he does, mate, and obviously he did send the men in. Now, obviously Daemon didn't ask for them, and obviously when he got that letter, he wasn't happy, and he took out that guy, didn't he? And it wasn't him that sent for the men, and as soon as he found that out, they went in and they done the battle, and it was good, mate. I really enjoyed it. Good old scraps, mate. More of that and it'll please me. Now, obviously the episode was decent in terms of obviously the relationships and like the understanding between obviously how what's her name now, Rhaenyra and her dad, and obviously now her new stepmom / old best friend, you know, Alicent have moved on into the future. We jumped 3 years since the last episode. So if you're following the timeline so far, we've obviously started episode 1, jumped 6 months, and then jumped again 3 years, and obviously he's got a son now. Now, most of the people around the kingdoms, they all think that obviously he's going to be the next line to the front, and I think that Otto as well, he really wants it. He's pushing it. At first we've seen him push obviously his daughter in onto the king, and he ended up choosing him instead of joining the most powerful, influential family, the wealthiest one obviously in the kingdom. He chose a person that was to his heart, and she actually countered that as well when he was saying that she needed to marry to obviously help the family expand, you know, grow, and be more wealthy and powerful. She said, if you truly believed that, then you would have married her. And he was like, touche, mate. He got me on that one, touche. And that's the same obviously with her that he was trying to say, but he's like, look, mate, you know what, I chose what my heart, you could choose what your heart. Make sure you pick somebody, and obviously like it'll be your choice and you'll be happy with it. It's been 3 years and I've seen you sad and upset, and I believe that having a male companion or somebody there for you will actually help fill that void. Now again, like I said, I think that Otto's trying to push his family into the equation. He's got his daughter in there, and obviously she's bare a son for obviously the king, and that's perfect, because now obviously if he gets next in line to the throne, if anything happens to the king, then his family takes position, part of the bloodline, and you never know what could happen then. They could take out all the Targaryens, or obviously they could keep theirs. I mean, the Targaryens are not going to get taken down, but, you know, we do see, obviously, in the future that Daenerys is still trying to take the throne, so we don't know what happens in between those timelines, and I can't wait, obviously, to find out. So this is a great ending to the episode, a fantastic start, and hopefully it just sets the foundation going into episode 4 for some more hardcore action. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.